13, 20 until 30, okay? Today have a reunion from Kardec, and if you need, be in prayer in your room during 50 minutes, and you will receive what you need. Continue eating Gênesis, Kardec, eating 20. The sole fact of the possibility of communicating with the beings of the spirit world has incalculable consequences of the highest import. A whole new world has been revealed to us. One that is all the more important because it concerns all humankind without exception. As it becomes more widespread, this knowledge cannot help but bring a profound change in the customs, character, habits, and beliefs that have such a big influence on societal relations. It's a whole revolution that operates on ideas, a revolution all the greater and more powerful in that it's not limited to one particular culture or caste, but simultaneously reaches the heart of all classes, nationalities, and religious belief systems. It's therefore with good reason that Spiritism is considered to be the third of the great revelations. Let us see how these revelations differ and by what bonds they are linked together. 21. Moses is a prophet revealed to humans the knowledge of one sole God, that sovereign Lord and Creator of all things. Moses promulgated the law of Sinai and laid the foundation of the true faith. As a man, he was the lawgiver of the people through whom the primitive faith, after becoming more refined, would one day spread over the entire earth. Christ, 22. Christ, talking from the ancient law, what was eternal and divine, and rejecting that which was only transitory, purely disciplinary, and of human conception. That's the revelation of the future life, about which Moses had not spoken, that of the punishments and rewards that await the individual after that. See, have you Spirit 1861. About law, if I read one day and I think that Israel in book from I said the name of this writer, Florence Sheen, and the Game of Life and How to Play It. She said, if you don't understand Old Testament, you can substitute one word, God, to the law. For example, the progress is the afraid of God. You will substitute in Old Testament the word God for the law. Then the phrase will be this way. The happiness and progress is the afraid of the law. What law? Italian's law. The Italian's law is law of cause and effect, but only God can use this law, not humans. This law are inside us, eye by eyes and teeth by teeth. But this is the law of cause and effect, not God with vengeance. God don't make this. Good spirits, angels don't make this. We attract the law when we commit an error for ignorance. But this return will, in the level we make the error. Inside us, we have our conscience. Until we are primitive spirit in covering man. Okay? Still there are the conscience of good and bad. Ever we will guided by this law. Our conscience of right and wrong. In the level, we can have this. And law of cause and effect. This is how a ship inside us. No one can destroy this. Nor ourselves. We don't can destruct this. Then, when you read Old Testament, make this how Florence Sheen said. All words that say we must have afraid from God, you substitute this. We must have afraid of the law. We must have afraid by the law of cause and effect. This law don't stop to function, never. Is this? Read the Old Testament with substituting, changing this little and potential word God by the law. Make this, you will understand perfectly Old Testament. I made this in some Psalms and open a light when I made this. Make you with Psalms when the vengeance of God, no, the vengeance of the law. The law is an action. We make this action against us. With error, the law will function to correct us. With us right things, the law will take to us good things, construction, happiness. It depends what we are making in life, in our life. If we are constructing in good and goodwill and love and construction and forgive others, misericordia, and other good things to other, and you make to other what you want other make to you, you don't need have afraid the law. But in all things that in Old Testament saying to you, have afraid of Lord, no. Get this word, God or Lord, and but law. Law, of course, an effect. You will see that Old Testament is perfect. Christ, taking from the ancient law what was eternal and divine, and rejecting what which was only transitory, purely disciplinary and of human conception, added the revelation of the future life about which Moses had not spoken, that of the punishments and rewards that await the individual after death. Jesus said about it, and said contrary, Moses that take the people to search a new land, and Jesus said, the kingdom is not in this planet. My kingdom is in another place. Then Jesus Christ said contrary what Moses said to the people. And Jesus Christ came in another time of evolution of ideas. And people can heard this. In time of Moses, no, was impossible. Moses talk about kingdom out of this planet. The most important part of Christ's revelation is the sense that is the primary source, the cornerstone of his entire doctrine, is the entire new point of view by which he portrays the divinity. It's no longer the terrible, jealous, and vengeful God of Moses, the cruel and merciless God who drenches the earth with human blood, who ordains the massacre and extermination of peoples. All this is the law and not God, in including women, children, and the elderly, and who chastises those who spare their victims. It's no longer the unjust God who punishes an entire people for the wrongs of their leader, or who takes revenge on the guilty by striking the innocent, or who castigates children for the wrongs of their father. It's the law incarnation. Rather, God is one who is kind, supremely just and good, full of tenderness and mercy, who forgives the repentant sinner and renders to each one according to his privileged people, the God of armies, presiding over battles to support his own cause against the gods of other peoples, but the common Father of all humankind, who extends his protection over all his children and calls them to his divine presence. It's no longer the God who heals and punishes solely through the things of the earth, and whose glory and joy consist in the servitude of rival peoples and in the multiplicity of progeny, but one who says to humankind, your true homeland is not in this world. It's in the heavenly kingdom. It's there that the humble of heart will be uplifted and the proud will be abased. It's no longer the God who makes vengeance a virtue and who ordains the retribution or of an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, but the God of mercy who says, forgive others' offenses if you yourself want to be forgiven. Cause this eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth is law of cause and effect, and not law that woman being have right to use. Is not right from human being use the law of cause and effect. Law of cause and effect, each people use and attract this. Isn't necessary human being executed this law. He is automatically inside in human being. Forgive others' offenses, because if you forgive, you will receive forgiven too. Forgive others' offenses if you yourself want to be forgiven. Do good in exchange for evil. When you make this, you are stop the evil against you. Okay? Law of cause and effect. The good of exchange for evil. Don't do unto others what you would not want them to do unto you. Is this? It's no longer. These precepts are in 10 principal religions in the world. Don't do unto others what you would not want them to do unto you. Law of cause and effect in 10 principal religions in this planet. It's a universal law. It's no longer the grudging and meticulous God who imposes under the severest penalties the way in which he wants to be worshipped and who becomes offended at the non-observance of some formula, but the great God who considers the dot and who is not honored by the form. Finally, it's no longer the God who wants to be feared, but the God who wants to be loved. The God who wants to be feared, not wants to be feared, but was the form that in past religious leaders make people have fear to commit error, cause the law of cause and effect, and use the name of God. Since God is the focal point of all religious beliefs, the aim of all forms of worship, then the character of all religions conforms to their idea of God. Is this various levels of understanding have in this planet, and we must respect all of them. conform of the idea of God. Religions that depict God as vindictive and cruel believe they honor God through acts of cruelty, through burning at the stake and torture. I don't believe we must respect torture and make it through burning of the stake and torture. No. When we see this, if we can stop this, we must make this. But is the way of understand of others. We can understand it, not accept this, but it's necessary we understand the level of various peoples in this planet. Those that depict God as partial and jealous are intolerant. They are in varying degrees meticulous as to form, depending on how much they believe God to be tainted by human weaknesses and pettiness. 25. Christ's entire doctrine. Let me see the time. Because reunion. Let me see. Alexa, que horas são? Alexa, que horas são?
Boa noite, Rosa. São 22.
Que horas são, Alexa? Alexa, diga a hora.
São 22.
Maria. Isso é... This is Alexa. My God. Please. I don't pass all this time. Ah, I understand. 20:02. Yes. I must stop it, and I will return more late today after the reunion to read in final. It in 25 until 30, okay? Now I will make reunion, and if you can be in prayer now, you must, okay? I will return after reunion until the next.